Hi, I'm Ronnie Overstreet, your host, and this is the Silly Little Giggles Podcast. I'm here today with...
Jupiter.
Well, Jupiter, I heard that you're a big fan of K-pop. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
So, what's your favorite K-pop group?
I'd have to say Stray Kids or New Jeans.
Stray Kids or New Jeans? Now, Stray Kids, they recently won some award show, right?
They won an award at the VMAs.
The VMAs, that's right. I always get my award shows mixed up.
Yeah.
And so, how long have you been listening to Stray Kids?
In like a month, it will probably, I think, be 4 years.
4 years. That's a long time to be dedicated to a single artist or anything.
Yeah.
So, what impact would you say Stray Kids have had on your life?
They've had a really big impact, if I'm being honest. Like, freshman year was kind of not really good for me, and then I kind of found them, and their music and the people in that band really helped me, like, get through what I was going through. And also, especially, like, this summer, one of my relatives had passed, and they really, like, I kind of, like, found them again and started listening to them more and more and more.
Got you. Now, I could be wrong in this, but am I correct in saying that a lot of K-pop music, a lot of the fan bases are very enthusiastic and very together? You know, I know with BTS, they call it the BTS Army.
Yeah.
And so would you say that a lot of these fan bases and the individual listeners are very interconnected?
I would say so. If you listen to, like, one K-pop group, then you probably know, like, somebody else who also listens to that group but listens to this other one, and it's like it goes on and on and on.
Got you. And so what specifically about the music draws you to it?
I think what first drew me to K-pop in general were the music videos, because they're so, like, bright and, like, colorful, and they just have so much, like, going on. I think it was very stimulating for me to watch.
Happy feelings, I imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of bright colors.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think the music especially for me, like, groups like Stray Kids, to me at least, make a lot of unique beats with their music, and they have, like, 3 producers, and, like, they all do, like, they all produce the songs that they sing.
Got you. And so, am I correct that K-pop groups oftentimes, they print off, like, cards of their members, right?
Yes.
And so, you have a collection of those, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So, explain your collection to me.
It's just, I'm not one of the people that, like, will buy multiple albums to get a better chance, like, multiple of the same album, to get a better chance of getting, like, the card of my favorite member, or, like, one of my favorite members. But when I do get a favorite member, I'm very hyped about it.
Very hyped?
Yes.
And so are those, like, Pokemon cards, or do people trade them around?
I have traded some.
Trading?
I've traded some with my friend.
Do they have, like, special abilities on them?
No.
You know, Jimin uses smooth like butter, you know?
Actually, I recently got rid of all my BTS photo cards because I don't listen to them that much anymore.
Got you. So you said they come in albums.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to purchase albums to get them. And do you just get one in the album?
It depends. I think now, especially, most of the time you get at least 2.
2?
Yeah.
Do they come in just like foil packets, or are they just stuffed in there? Or?
They're typically, there's something that's a photo book. It comes with a photo book, and, like, inside there most of the time they will have the photo cards in there, or sometimes they even have envelopes, and the photo cards will be in the envelope.
Got you. So from what I'm hearing, this, like, K-pop and the culture around it seems astoundingly positive. And so I hear, though, there is a lot of negative reception around it. Would you care to speak on that a little bit?
I think that people should be allowed to live their own lives without fans getting in the way of their, like, relationships or just hobbies that they have, or just anything like that. If, like, they're friends with somebody and you don't like that, leave it alone. It doesn't matter, because it's not your decision. It's not your friendship. And it's the same with people, like, getting mad over, like, relationships or the possibility of an idol being in a relationship. It makes no sense to me. Like, if you're allowed to live your own life, then let them live theirs.
Exactly. I also understand that in really all the entertainment industry, but it's especially in the K-pop industry, there's a lot of concerns around the diets and the lives that the labels allow their stars to live. Would you care to elaborate on that a little bit?
I absolutely do not support the diet culture of the K-pop industry, and I think part of it too is the like fans, because like they will like literally fat shame somebody in a group, and then the company's like, you have to go on a diet, or the company just starts with putting them on a diet, and it's just weird. But I really like stories where like there's this one with Stray Kids leader Bang Chan, and he brought food to the 9 members of Twice because they were all being forced on diets, and he just brought them like food that wasn't on their diet so they could eat it.
Stray Kids doesn't have the same diets and everything as.
Yeah, it's mainly female idols that are forced to go on diets.
Got you. So, would you say that generally the fans and everything, and you said that some fans will jump on a singer or a performer. Mm-hmm. Would you say generally, though, the fans are supportive of their favorite artists and would stand up for them against those sorts of things?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there are the kinds of fans that will, like, kind of like ambush idols at the airport. But most of the time, I mean, from what I see a lot of like combating against that and being like, hey, that's wrong and we shouldn't do that because that's a threat to their safety. And like, just in general, like big no, shouldn't do that. So.
Definitely. So, I think speaking to you on this has definitely changed my perspectives on a lot of it because I feel like there's just so much negative reception around it, but there's also just so much positivity coming from it. A lot of people are finding a community, mm-hmm. Which is positive regardless of what it is. And people seem to really enjoy it. What's your favorite part of being a K-pop fan or a Stray Kids fan?
I really like everybody when they start, when like a group is getting ready for a comeback. Everybody just starts getting like really hyped and everything, and like people will be like setting, people will be like setting their timers, for like the music video to drop and everything, and it's just I feel like it's like really fun to participate in, especially if you have like friends like that are not online that can enjoy it with you. You can be like, oh my gosh, did you listen to their new song? It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I like it like a lot, and so I find it like really cool that I can have something to talk about, like, because there are friends that I have that I wouldn't even have met if it weren't for K-pop.
I feel you. I know for me, when I was in middle school, I was a big fan of emo music, mm-hmm. and I was a big fan of a band called 21 Pilots, and possibly one of the happiest points of my life is when they released an album called Trench, mm-hmm. and it just felt like so much fellowship around it. And it sounds like something like that seems to be happening all the time in the K-pop genre.
It feels like there's always somebody who's releasing a new album that everybody gets really excited about, and I just feel like I'll get really excited about it and everything, and I'll be like, oh, like, guess what? Like, to my boyfriend, be like, guess who's releasing a new album? He's like, oh, cool. Because he doesn't really like it, but he's supportive. He's still very supportive of it.
Got you. And so would you, if you were to pick a favorite K-pop song, what song would it be and who would it be by?
This is hard.
Is it?
Yeah, like just one.
I know you like the Domino song, I think it was.
I really like that one. I'm trying to think. I would probably have to say Silent Cry by Stray Kids.
Silent Cry about Stray Kids. So what attracts you to that song in particular?
It really helps me to like feel seen about things, like the lyrics, because I mean, I don't really get when people say that like, oh, I don't like it because I don't understand the lyrics. Because it's like, well, you can look it up. You can look up the translation to them and understand them. Or you can just turn on the English captions to the music video and you can see what they're saying right there. And also, not everybody spoke Spanish, but everybody loved Despacito. So that's like one of my main arguments that I use.
That's true.
But I think really what draws me to it is the it's almost like melancholic because the beat is very upbeat, but it's like the lyrics in it are very sad, and I feel like sometimes we all feel melancholic, and I feel like it just expressed it well.
I think it's a very beautiful thing that emotions through music and through other art forms and medias can not transform, but transcend words.
Yeah.
Often, because I've seen quite a few films in other languages, and I've been very touched by them. Of course, I've had the closed captions on, but it's really a beautiful thing how we can all be connected from different parts of the world, even, and you have these K-pop stars and these different stars from different parts of the world have fans literally everywhere that would go crazy for them, and I think that's very beautiful that the communities around these people and these genres and these bands, they can also transcend those barriers, so because I'm sure K-pop, that's a worldwide, everywhere. I think that's a very beautiful thing. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Jupiter?
I would like to add that one of my favorite songs by Stray Kids is actually Deep End by Felix. I really like the emotion expressed in it. You can you can feel how sad it is, not just from his voice, but like the lyrics and how he uses his voice to just the sadness in within, just to carry that. But besides that, I don't think I have anything to add really.
Well, I was your host, Ronnie Overstreet, and this is Jupiter, and we'll see you next time on Silly Little Giggles Podcast.